feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight, don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase, so catch me if I fall.
What's up, YouTubers? It's your girl Shannon from EV and Chill, and we have owned our Rivian R1T for 6 months now. That's half a year. Where has that time gone? Honestly, I think a lot of time might have been going to putting miles on the odometer, because this video might as well count as our 10,000 mile review too, because right now we're at 9,300 miles. So we'll be crossing that 10K mark by like the end of the month. So since we've owned this vehicle, like, what have I come to love about it? What have I come to not love about it? That's what we're gonna talk about today. Now, the typical YouTube thing is gonna be like, you would share the good things and then the bad things about the vehicle. But y'all know I am not a typical YouTuber. So we're gonna switch it up and we're gonna talk about the bad things first, and then we're gonna talk about the good things. So what do I not like about this vehicle? To be honest, there's not much I don't like. However, there are definitely a few things we're gonna point out. Now, first and foremost, the biggest hindrance when it comes to this truck is actually one that's being changed as we speak, and that is the charging infrastructure. Now, I know that technically isn't like an exclusive Rivian problem. It really applies to like all non-Teslas out there. But there have been plenty of times, y'all, where we would have loved to have taken the Rivian on a long road trip, but we just couldn't because either like third-party DCFCs weren't available in certain areas, or maybe we didn't want to risk Electrify America's charging stalls not working. So we just haven't been able to like use this truck as much as we would have liked to, or at least like taken it on as many road trips as we would have liked to, just because of that charging infrastructure. But again, like I said, that is something that is being changed as we speak. Tesla is opening up their superchargers to accept non-Teslas now, so that's super exciting, and that's something that's only gonna make this truck even better. So right now you might be thinking, well, Shan, yeah, of course you're gonna say something about charging infrastructure, but I want something more hardcore. Give me a more concrete element that could be improved. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about app integration. Because bottom line up front, it's just not that good. It's not. So let me give you an example. Sure, you can like preheat or pre-cool your truck using the app, but it doesn't work as good as the app for my Tesla does. Now, if my phone is within Bluetooth range, sure, it's gonna work great. But if my phone is out of Bluetooth range, there's a slim chance it's actually gonna be able to connect to the truck. So let me give you an example. Say I'm shopping in one of my go-to spots. I'm in Target, I'm in TJ Maxx, I'm in Home Goods, and I wanna like warm up my car, but I'm in the middle of the store. It's probably not gonna connect. And that's when you want it to connect the most, because you're in the middle of the store, you're probably gonna check out. You wanna give your truck a few minutes to warm up before you get into it, and it doesn't work. That's kind of disappointing. Also, considering the fact it's winter, mama doesn't want to get into a cold truck. No thank you. Now, that being said, again, if I'm within Bluetooth range, sure, it'll connect and it'll work. But that being said, if I'm within Bluetooth range, I'm probably just about to be getting in my truck anyways. So if that's the case, there's probably no point in like preheating the truck because I'm about to get in it. So again, app integration can use a little bit of an improvement. All right, now we've talked about the first and the second thing I don't love about the Rivian. Here's the third. Why doesn't a truck of this price and this caliber have 4-zone climate control? Now, come back here with me. Take a look, because we do have this really nice screen. And take a look at my little bump right here. Hey. Okay, but back here, looking at this screen, it looks like there's 4-zone climate control because you see these temperatures here. But these are actually just the temperatures of the front passenger. Now, of course, you can like close the vents on and off, and you can access your heated seats here. But that being said, for the price tag, I really think this should have 4-zone climate control. At the very least, Rivian, give us tri-zone climate control. Rivian, we just want to have a three-way with the climate. That's all I'm asking for. Three-way, preferably a four-way. Now, the next thing I kind of have just like a small issue with is with the tailgate and the sub trunk. Now, I would go outside, y'all, but it is windy AF outside, and I don't think the mic is going to like that. It's just going to be really staticky, so that's not going to be good for you or for me. So let me just tell you right here, and then I'll overlay some footage for you. Okay, so with the tailgate and even the sub trunk button, if water gets in there and it freezes, like, you just will not be able to open the tailgate or the sub trunk. They will just stay frozen shut until the temperatures rise. Now, that being said, I have never had an issue with the tonneau cover. Even when water gets in like the button and it freezes, the tonneau cover has always opened for me. And I know we've even heard that like people have had issues with the tonneau cover, even like not even talking about like the buttons freezing or anything like that, but just tonneau covers breaking. We've never had an issue with that. Fingers crossed, I hope it stays that way. That has always worked for us. And let me jump back to the tailgate and the sub trunk button, because you might be thinking, well, if those can freeze shut and not work for you, what about the door handles? I've never had an issue with the door handles not working. They've always popped open for me. Easy peasy. It's just literally when the tailgate and sub trunk button freeze, the only thing you can do is just wait for the temperatures to rise. But chalk that up to another thing that I don't love. And continuing to speak about things I don't love, since I'm still in the back seat here, let me share with you one more thing that is probably not my favorite placement. And that's going to be this little electrical 120 outlet right here. So it's great for charging iPads, iPhones, whatever you need to charge. But that being said, like, it's not in a really easily accessible location. Most people don't even know it's down here. And if you do know it's down here, it's kind of hard to access. If you're driving, like if you're sitting back here as a passenger, it's hard to lean over and plug in because you just can't see it. It's a really awkward placement. So I wish that was just a little bit different. Now, lastly, this isn't something that like I have a huge issue with, but maybe more could be considered along the lines of like an improvement I wish Rivian would do. And that would be adding a frunk button right up here. That would be so nice. Yes, we can lock it and unlock it. And there are other ways you can open up the frunk. You can push the button, you can use the key fob, the app. But I think having a button right up here would just be so convenient. So if Rivian could add that, give me an OTA, that would be awesome. Also, that being said, you can check out my new jam by Shakira. Her hips don't lie, people, but also this song don't lie. Now, disclaimer, I don't know Spanish, so if you can interpret the song better than I can, please drop me a comment. But from what I understand, this is why I love this song. This song talks about her and how she caught her husband cheating on her. And this is how she did it, people. She is such a detective, musical genius and detective. So she went away on a trip or whatever, and she has this particular jam that she likes to eat, like jam, like jelly. But no one else in her house likes to eat that jam. Her husband doesn't, her boys don't, she's the only one. But she gets back and she realizes that the level of the jam has gone down. So yeah, she knows someone has been in her house and eating her jam. Who knows what else they've been doing. Anyways, so yeah, that's my new jam. I love it. Her hips don't lie, the jam don't lie. Okay, yeah, back to the Rivian. So those are the things that I don't love about it. If I think of something else, actually, real quickly, you know, the Rivian also does not have a glove box. Like, yes, it does have a deep center console here, but that being said, and we have like a little tray here, but that being said, I do appreciate a deep console. Y'all know I love things that can go real deep. But that being said, I do miss having a glove box. I just think they're super convenient. And sometimes when you have to dig around for things real deep, that's just not really convenient. I just want a glove box I can pop out. I got my stuff there. Easy peasy. Okay, I think that is everything. So now let's talk about the 10,000 miles and wear and tear on this vehicle. So first, let me just say I absolutely love this truck. Would I say it's better than Red Light District? I don't know if I would say that just yet. Now, if you ask J2 and J3, they would easily say that this is like the best truck out there. and it's absolutely awesome. And they are correct, it really is. But what I love about the truck is that it has been so dependable. We have not had any motor or battery issues. And honestly, we can't say that about a lot of the EVs we've owned in the past. But this truck, it has not needed to go into the service shop once. Now, we do currently have one issue with the underliner here. I'm not going to go into detail about that, but I'm just going to say it is not Rivian's fault. That's all I'm going to say about that. And take a look at the interior. I am so glad that we waited for the Ocean Coast to come in. This looks fire. It is amazing. I love it. And take a look at this, people. I have done minimal cleaning on this, and look at how good these seats look. So I'm super impressed by that. Again, these seats are super durable. They've taken literally everything we can throw at them. So that would be like my husband, myself, and my 4-year-old. We can throw a lot at a vehicle, but this Rivian just takes it. That being said, we've not experienced any creaks or rattles. We have not had the operating system bug out at all. We've not needed to do any sort of resets to it. This truck literally has just been operating so smoothly. I have been thoroughly impressed by this vehicle. I would recommend this 100% to someone else. And because it is a truck, we need to use it as a truck. So you can see through this beautiful glass roof here, we do have the crossbars, we've got the bike racks. We do use the bike racks quite a lot. I mean, right now it's winter, so it's like super cold, so mama not gonna go out on a bike. But come next month when spring is here, we're gonna be hitting the trails. Mama's gonna be hitting the pavement. I'm not riding trails, people. I like a smooth, flat surface. But we're gonna have our bikes back up there again. We've got the traction boards. Thankfully, we have not needed to use those. Winter has been pretty mild. Chilly, but mild. But we do have those ready to go, so I'm glad the Rivian can hold all of that. And that's just on the roof. Don't forget, it's a truck, so hello, it's got the bed. And the bed, we've gotten a ton of use out of it. We've been able to haul like wood, dirt, our son's toys, lawn equipment. It hauls a lot. And it's not even like a full-size truck, but it will hold a lot of stuff back there. And the paint on the truck still looks great too. I think if I were to sum up this vehicle, I would say it's drama-free. Almost as drama-free as this season of The Bachelor. Yes, I said it. Zach, I wish him love. I wish him happiness. However, that being said, this season of The Bachelor has been a snooze. Where is the drama? That is why we watch the show, people. Do we want drama in our own lives? No. Do we want to watch drama in other people's lives? Yes. So that is why I tune in every Monday. But again, I'm sure Zach is a great guy. But he is boring. He's so boring. So, you know, typically they say like the most dramatic season ever. This has been the least dramatic season ever. And this is the least dramatic truck ever. Okay, I'll stop talking like that now. Oh, but yeah, let me circle back to size. So this isn't a full-size truck, and I really like that. I know typically like size matters, or some people say size doesn't matter. Let's be real, people, size matters. But I like the fact that this is not a full-size truck. That works out really well for me and my driving. Driving a full-size truck might be a little bit too much for me. I mean, I could probably do it. I could probably drive a semi if I wanted to. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I really like the size of this truck. It holds everything I need it to, but it's also really quick. So here's probably one of my favorite things to do. I love it when I'm at like an intersection, I'm at a stoplight, and a Ram TRX will pull up. And you can tell like they are thinking highly of themselves. They think they got this race in the bag. They're just waiting for the light to go green. They're looking at me, I'm looking at them. And I just look all nonchalant. But when that light turns green, I am gone, and I'm looking at them in my rearview mirror. And I think the only thing you could probably see is their jaw on the ground. So that makes me feel real good. That's kind of an ego boost. Do I need my ego to be boosted even more? Probably not, because it's pretty high already. But yeah, that's something that I really enjoy. But seriously, I mean, think about it. Like, what other truck has 4 motors, over 800 horsepower, over 900 pound-feet of torque, and can do 0 to 60 in 3 seconds? Like, people, that is cray-cray. And speaking of cray-cray, like, this truck is crazy comfortable. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, and if you don't, pause this video right now, go follow me on Twitter and then come back. But if you follow me on Twitter, you already know that I test drove the Tesla Model X recently. And that being said, like, first of all, I still want that X. I mean, honestly, people, what I want, the S, the 3, and the X all day long. Yeah, so we test drove the Model X, and I love that vehicle. I love the Falcon doors on it, super cool. But that being said, the Rivian is more comfortable than the X. I was just as shocked as you are. I thought the X would be a little bit more comfortable. Au contraire, my friend, it was not. The Rivian has it beat in comfortability. And y'all, before I close this video out, would I even be talking about a Rivian if I didn't mention the gear tunnel? The gear tunnel is like the piece de resistance of the Rivian. You can store so many things in there. It is so versatile. So we store extra traction boards in there, dirty shoes after soccer practice, groceries, suitcases, like our carry-on suitcases will fit in there. J3 has taken naps in the gear tunnel. Okay, now disclaimer, like, the Rivian was parked, the doors were open, so he was safe. I mean, even J2 has spent some timeouts in there. No, I'm just kidding. But truly, the gear tunnel is so versatile. We've been really impressed by this. So yeah, the adventure side of this truck, it is really pronounced. I mean, it's really usable. It's really been just the perfect vehicle for my family. It looks like nothing else on the road. It's quicker than like 99% of other vehicles on the road. It hauls a lot, it stores a lot. It has more ground clearance than a Ford Raptor. Let's not bypass that, people. That is a really cool fact. You just can't beat this truck. I mean, even just look at the yellow accents here, people. The yellow accents right here, you see them like all over. We saw them earlier, a little bit down here. The yellow accents, the touches of wood. Do you see those touches there? Beautiful. I mean, I don't know what to say. The way they designed this, chef's kiss. It is beautiful. So all of that being said, I really hope that Rivian not only survives as a company, but thrives, because it would be a real shame to let go of this truck. So the last 10,000 miles, the last 6 months, I mean, I don't want to oversell, but like, it's really been a dream to own this vehicle, especially considering all the issues we've had with other EVs that we've owned. This Rivian, I have been thoroughly impressed by it. I'm very surprised. I think we're definitely going to keep this Rivian for a little while, probably a lot longer to come, but we'll see. No promises, no promises. Also, okay, real quickly, we even have gotten some really cool over-the-air updates. Last month, we got an over-the-air update that increased our range by 14 miles. Say what? So now I can go 313 miles, which is really impressive considering we are riding on 34-inch all-terrains. All right, so that is it, y'all. That is what I have to share with you about the Rivian, the good, the bad, and the not so ugly, because this is a really fine looking truck. But that being said, please drop me a comment if you have any questions or anything I missed. If you want to add something, be sure to do that. Well, that's all I've got for now. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.